Sounds good. Let's kick it off.
Let's do the damn thing.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to OK Bud, the podcast where everything's gonna be OK Bud. I'm Ben Kissel. You can find me on Instagram at BenKissel1, joined by Jerii Aquino.
Hey.
At Miss_Jerii, Jerii. And as always, Kyle Ploof.
Hello.
At Kyle Ploof. Thank you all so much for joining us. The second week of the program is winding up with another fantastic episode. So thank you all so much for your support in the early days of the best new podcast out there. If you want to become a patron, go to our patreon.com/diebud. Diebud. $10 a month. You get to watch every show live, and we can read your comments. And we get to interact, and we have fun before the show and a little bit after.
Yes, we do.
Indeed. Also, if you want to shoot us an email, diebudpod@gmail.com. We cannot wait to hear from you. All right. So the first story we've got to cover. Breaking news.
Breaking.
It happened yesterday.
What happened yesterday?
Helicopter full of 3 soldiers.
Oh my God.
Ran into a plane, American Airlines plane carrying 60. They always say 60 passengers and 4 crew members. Let's just call it 64 people.
64 people.
Right.
All
Yeah, but how many were on the clock, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were getting paid to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other guys, they paid to die.
But the other ones like paid to sit and possibly die.
Possibly die.
Yeah.
Also, the most annoying coverage was, the helicopter had no very important people on it. It was just 3 soldiers. So
no VIPs were mentioned.
no VIPs whatsoever.
They were just peas.
Yeah, they were just peas.
No VI.
Peons in the eyes of the military gods.
Who would be the VIPs that would be the people to be really upset about? Political figures?
Well, if you're like me,
Britney Spears?
Yes, of course, Britney, if she's alive.
I'm
I'm almost fully convinced. I think I got mind poisoned, internet mind poisoned.
Into believing the conspiracy that she's not.
What's going on?
If you see the way her life was chronologically, the maths up. You're like, oh,
You think
yeah.
so?
And now she's dancing with a knife in her living room.
I thought that was kind of a cool.
That's fine.
2 knives.
Yeah, 2 knives.
That was one of the rare times where it's like,
Yeah.
I think she'd date me. I think Britney would date me.
You're saying there's a chance.
1 in a million.
Yeah.
No, there was a video that showed when she moved her hand, it did look like maybe she had a mustache and maybe it wasn't her face.
Ooh.
That's Instagram for you. And TikTok.
There's like perma eyeliner, raccoon eyes going on these days.
Oh, yeah.
Indeed. Her and Christina Aguilera.
Yeah.
Very interesting childhoods, very similar childhoods, different adult life.
Yeah, seriously.
The Musketeers.
Indeed. Mm-hmm. Well, when it came to the DC plane crash, number one, true talk. Our hearts go out to all the victims. It's very, very devastating. Now let's get to fun talk. Oh, who fantasized about like Elon Musk being on the helicopter? Like I'm thinking,
Sure, a lot of people did.
I want a good bipartisan mix. I want like Nancy Pelosi, Ted
God.
Cruz. I want like just a nice cesspool of Washington trash. As soon as I heard that the plane, often carrying politicians, was landing in D.C. and the helicopter was taking off, I was like, ooh, maybe we'll finally get to the end of Chuck Grassley, someone who I despise.
Yeah. I mean, maybe.
But there was no one.
Yeah.
I mean, not that it was good people died. Just American citizens died.
Just regular people.
And military
soldiers.
men. Yeah,
Really?
Jeff is saying that one of his old army buds flew with that aviation brigade and knew the crew.
Oh, that's sad.
brutal. Sorry to hear
Sorry,
that.
Jeff. And Jeff, also, again, join the Patreon. You too can be a part of the show. Which politician would you have liked to see die in the DC
Oh my
helicopter
God.
crash?
Okay,
No, that's really what the American people wanted. And we didn't get it.
Yeah, that's definitely. Everyone's been very sharp about who they want to die these days.
Yeah.
I feel like that's really harsh.
They're not people.
They're lizards.
They're definitely not treating people like they're people.
Exactly. They hate us. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. I would take things a little more personally, like, I don't know, the dude that cut me off this morning should have been on that helicopter.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, he'll find karma is going to find him.
Yeah.
So don't worry about that. No, we want to go macro. I want Amy Klobuchar on there for what she did to my boy Al Franken. She could go up in flames.
Yeah.
Again, the aforementioned Ted Cruz for how he's fucking over everyone in Texas and what's going on with, I believe it's ERCOT, their energy system, and he just goes on vacation.
Yeah.
So there's an opportunity here.
Yeah.
To really, as some right-wing people like to say, drain the swamp.
Right.
It really could have happened.
That would have been more like exploding the swamp.
Yes, explode the swamp.
Well, that's why everyone ended up in the swamp.
They
went into the river.
The Potomac.
Yeah.
Yeah, not right. That's very, very sad.
How did this even happen?
Well, they're hunting for answers now.
Yeah.
And I saw the video, and it seemed to be the helicopter ran into the plane.
Yeah.
That seemed to be what happened. And so everyone's
That's
like,
the long and the short of it.
Yeah, everyone's like, well, how the hell? Now, what in the world? Now, well, because the helicopter is all up in the air, right? With spinny blades, which are knives.
Why was it aiming directly? Why was it going right towards the airplane?
The helicopter is the Britney Spears of aircraft.
Right.
Playing with knives up there.
Yeah.
Right?
Spinning.
And then the plane was landing. So literally, this is the saddest part. People on the plane were already texting their loved ones like, landing, see you in 10, because you think the flight risk is basically over.
Oh my God.
The flight's done. You're like, sweet, I can see the ground,
Finally
I can see
made
the tarmac.
it. Yeah.
I can see all the politicians having sex with children in the windows. I'm home.
Yeah, right.
I'm back to Washington, D.C.
Oh no.
And then boom, the explosion that takes them all out. Very, very sad. But that to me was really the problem. Was when the helicopter hit that plane and it exploded. Also, 6 minutes before there was a flight that landed, there was a politician named Eric Swalwell. And he loves all the cameras. And his plane landed 6 minutes before this plane. Again, just possibilities that we missed.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Now I shouldn't be wishing death upon anybody, but who cares?
No.
It doesn't
Not
matter.
you.
It doesn't matter anymore.
Seriously.
Apparently, the helicopter, it's originally built to shuttle VIPs into the nation's capital. And Reagan Airport is a smaller airport than most airports. Now, again, in True Talk, what happened was the person that was working the air traffic control, he was doing the job of two people because for some reason in this country, we've decided that air traffic controllers are trash and we need to treat them horribly and we need to cut their pay. And we need to double their hours and we need to make sure they're just as tired as humanly possible to kind of stay awake, but also do their jobs poorly.
Yeah.
I don't understand why this happens here.
Yeah.
I want my air traffic controllers to be like blowjob machines. I want them to be alert, awake, have fun.
Well fed. Yeah.
4 hours on.
Frothing at the mouth.
12 hours napping. 4 hours on, 12 hours napping.
Wow.
So the person that was in charge, which obviously, rough day at the office.
Oh my God. Imagine.
Like if we screw up, it's like you accidentally said a word that's going to get you banned for life.
Yeah.
But he screwed up and then he ended 67 lives.
67?
Yes. So apparently staffing in the air traffic control tower at Ronald Reagan National Airport, which is, of course, ironic because Ronald Reagan, as soon as he took office, there was an air traffic controller strike. And then Ronnie said, if you all don't get back to work right now, you don't have a job on Monday. And that's how he ended that strike. And that was kind of the beginning of the end of air traffic controllers having a pleasant job at all.
Oh,
Wow.
So it's interesting that it took place there. So the airport was, quote, not normal for the time of day and volume of traffic. So basically, they didn't have enough staff in the air traffic control tower, which is really why this happened. This led to the controller who was handling the helicopters in the airport's vicinity to also be the one in charge of instructing planes landing and departing from the runway.
And they weren't there. They just weren't. There just wasn't staff to do it.
It was one guy.
One guy.
So it's like you ever play that video game Tapper in one of those old video game bars where you got the taps, you got to fill the beers.
Yeah.
And the guy just like runs all around, but inevitably all the beers just go off the conveyor belt because you're too like stressed out and you can't do it.
Yep.
So this guy's running around like he's got his dick in his ass and he is overwhelmed and he obviously just lost track of who was coming in and who was going out.
That is so freaky.
So the job is normally assigned to two people, not one.
Oh, boy.
Why is this happening?
Why
what are we
is
doing
that a
here?
thing? Like, how is that something that we could miss?
I don't know.
Yeah, like they're like, you got this one, right? You got it today.
Like if you work at Jimmy John's Subs and a delivery driver doesn't show up, they get like another one.
Yeah.
They'll be like, hey, come on in, Lair.
Yeah, these smells got to get out of here.
Yeah, these free smells that we have, which is the worst sign.
Most disgusting sign I've ever seen in my life.
I don't understand how that happened.
Free smells.
Free smells. That's what Jimmy John's, that's their advertisement is, free smells.
I'd rather not.
I never thought I could be turned off by a neon sign.
I know.
They all look so warm and inviting.
Exactly.
Free smells.
Ew.
So the airport's air traffic control facility, it's been understaffed for years with only 19 fully certified controllers. The facility should have at least 30 on deck.
Oh my God.
So good job, air traffic, or good job, whoever is in charge of hiring air traffic control officers, which I would assume is a federal job.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't need to, cut all federal employees.
Yeah.
Maybe just take some people from the front desks that weren't doing anything. I mean, I would pull people from the restaurants inside the airport.
God.
I'd put them in there. I'd rather have the restaurant lacking staff than
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
than people that need to direct airplanes.
And, I think if there's enough staff, it's probably not the most difficult because you're like, you go. Now you come in. Now you go. But if it's just one person, tired, stressed, what was it, a Wednesday evening?
Yeah.
You kind of like, it's hump day, middle of the week.
Yep.
Maybe you're a little hungover. It's just life sucks. Your wife is like, you're always working. It's like, yeah, because I'm doing the job of two people.
Yeah.
She's having sex with the mailman.
She's having sex with the other air traffic controller that's out of work.
Exactly. Because he's too lazy smoking weed all the time. They said I can still keep my pension.
She's like, now you come in, now you come in, now you go.
Oh my God.
I should have married Bonnie Blue. God damn it. So anyway, what a nightmare situation.
That's really
in
terrible.
Washington. And again, none of the people that I wanted to see died.
Jesus. The controller actually told the helicopter to wait until the aircraft went past, and they just didn't respond, and then boom. So he gave them the heads up that they were going right in the way.
That's insane.
But they still did not listen.
Right. And I'm assuming the soldiers were probably pretty young.
The pilot of the American Airlines aircraft was 34 years old, which seems way too young to be a pilot.
Wow.
I want like a 55-year-old man.
You could be 34 and fly a plane.
34 and fly an aircraft?
I'm fine with 34.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a young kid. You're
Like
you have a
like a responsible 34.
Not us.
Yeah, no. Not like a Jerii 34.
No,
Definitely not me. But
I'd be like, so guys, odds are we're gonna make it, or we'll go to Vegas. Who wants to go to Vegas?
Yeah.
Fuck Houston.
Speaking of Vegas, there was a video that I was watching on Twitter that seemed like it made a lot of sense. It was showing the flight path of the aircraft, the helicopter, and it was like going right at airplanes and then dodging it and then going after one after the other. And they said that the residence that they took off from was the same address that the helicopters that helped aid the Vegas shooter took off from.
See, but this Vegas shooter thing, I never even heard of this.
Apparently there was a bunch of Blackhawks hanging over and they were shooting the people with Stephen Paddock.
That's called the movie Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger. No, Stephen Paddock, I'm going to give him credit. I think he did that one on his own.
I think so too.
But there is a lot of conspiracy theory with all that.
They're just not giving us the right story. Like they're not giving us any of the answers that we need. Because it can't be he tried to kill all those people because he was just mad at the casino. Like, that doesn't make sense.
Oh, don't. The mind of a man is very simple.
you never know.
You never know.
That's true.
You never know.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Well, rest in peace.
Yeah.
And,
seriously, and now they're on the. I guess they're saying it's a rescue. I mean, it's no longer a rescue.
Recovery
mission.
Yeah.
It's a recovery mission?
Zero
Yeah,
survivors.
they're just down. Yeah, there's no way you could have. Even if you did survive, I think the water would have gotten you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said they found pretty much everybody with their seatbelts on still in the aircraft, which is brutal.
Oh my God, that's brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking up safest seat on a plane during a crash because I just read this article, and basically, if I recall right, it's the back of the plane.
Yeah, where everyone's shitting.
Yeah, that's where you want to be. You want to be by the shit boxes in the back of the plane. You have the best chance of survival. So I actually don't need to look at the article because I remember.
It's the most unpleasant flight, but it's the most pleasant ending if you do happen to crash.
But it is the best chance for survival.
That's the most frustrating part about this aircraft too, is that you're right about to land. You're literally
you got
the whole flight. You're fucking smelling farts the whole time.
That's crazy.
And you're like, hey,
what kind of flights
I'm home.
are you guys on?
And
You've never smelled farts coming out of the goddamn.
Thank
I think you got
God,
COVID
no.
or something.
No, I think no. Luckily, it's always like air conditioned shit in the airplanes.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
not on JetBlue apparently.
Oh yeah, JetBlue really more like jet poo.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, speaking of hardcore erotica, let's move on.
Where are we?
OJ Simpson. He died.
Oh.
You might remember OJ Simpson as one of the greatest running backs in NFL history.
Oh.
You also might remember him for his fantastic acting work in Naked Gun. Also, he was the Hertz rental car guy, and of course, that's why he is so famous.
Yeah,
So
that's how I know him.
yes,
These are the only things that I know him from.
for some reason, almost like he got away with murder or something, he has a bunch of debt because he lost a civil suit to Ron Goldman's family. Obviously, the Goldmans were pretty upset because he was found not guilty of murder. But then in a civil trial, they were like, you know what? But he kind of did do it, so he owes you a bunch of cash.
Yeah.
Obviously, he didn't have that money on hand. So now that he has passed, they're selling OJ Simpson's prison pornography in order to recoup some money and then give it to the Goldmans, which is money that I don't even know if I want.
Yeah, why would you want? Yeah, just to keep your weird raggedy prison pornos. No.
It's not even blood money, it's cum money. That's worse.
Money, exactly. So OJ and his fellow inmates, for some reason, they were allowed to read Penthouse. And it turns out they had quite a collection. So he was during 2008, obviously he had that memorabilia theft case because technically I don't even think he was really in the wrong because it was his shit that then he went to go get back. But then he was sort of caught up with bad people because after you kind of run with the murder, kind of murder, and then all of a sudden your friend groups change.
Which is weird.
But when he went to prison in 2017, his release, he was left. He was told he stashed away the Penthouse issues because then he had access to free porn on his phone and computer. So once he got out of prison, he's like, I can just look at Pornhub.
Yeah.
And I can look at, BBC with white woman.
Well, like Pornhub wasn't a thing when he went into prison?
No, but you can't look at Pornhub in prison.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not like he has a tablet.
He has to look at Penthouse.
Yeah. Gotta look at the stationery.
I thought you could go online in prison.
Well, you're not supposed to, but a lot of times they smuggle them in their keister.
Oh.
But then they often get caught because they post on social media and then someone's like, well, we see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then give us your phone.
The dumbest thing.
I knew a prison guard who did that. They would sneak in cell phones for prisoners.
Yeah. How
$1,000 a pop.
$1,000 a phone?
Yeah. And he said he would do like 200 and he worked there part-time.
So he made like
Wow.
$200,000?
Mm-hmm.
Good for him.
Smuggling in
Yeah.
How did you do it?
the old booty hole.
Did he put it in his asshole?
No, I think when they go in, they don't have like their bags are searched, but they're not like really searched. So he's like, I can put some cell phones in there. It's fine.
I see.
Wow.
So now he has this huge collection of Penthouse. And now they also say that OJ Simpson has a bunch of Trojan condoms that are magnums. And those are also going on the auction block.
They are or they aren't?
They are.
Oh, okay.
What? For what? Why would you want to buy or own those?
Well, you want the condoms in case you have a really big dick and you want to get a discount on condoms.
But if you're gonna pay a lot of money because they're OJ's condoms, then why would you want to just like use it?
Because that's where you stash your murder weapon after.
You can do that. Or maybe you're just a big Buffalo Bills fan.
Mm.
You know?
Or you get a big buffalo cock.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's very possible. So how much money do you think they're going to get from this, Jer? I have the answer.
Man, you have the answer.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Is it like a?
It's a big number.
It's a big number.
It's
I
not
would
the
say
biggest.
I would say 5 figures. I wouldn't even think it would crack $100,000.
It's $269,000.
Wow.
Wow. I was actually gonna say 500.
Yeah, he's aiming to bring in 269,000, which is a funny number. However,
269s.
However, OJ still owes $33.5 million in the wrongful death lawsuit brought against him in 1997.
Yeah.
So it's not really even going to, tip the scales of justice whatsoever. But somebody is going to get to spank off to the same penthouse that OJ Simpson spanked off to, well incarcerated,
And he's
along with multiple men.
And he's never going to pay it.
No, he's dead.
Yeah, he died.
Yeah, he's way dead. And then also this penthouse. Can you imagine? I mean, they're going cell to cell with this. This is like everyone's got a 15-minute time limit with it.
Oh God!
And you can
stickier and stickier as the pages turn.
Pass the house.
Just a couple of gals with X's over their eyes when they get it back and be like, "Hey, Killer Tom, can you stop mutilating the vaginas on all these gals? Sorry, this is the only way I can come." Please, Lord.
Did Penthouse lobby like the prison the industrial complex and actually get like an exclusive deal?
I have no idea. I didn't realize that you could use prison. I didn't know you could have porn in prison.
That's interesting.
Well, I mean, you can have reading materials.
Yeah, but I mean, then it would at least have to be a Playboy. Does Penthouse have articles? Now I sound like a Justice Alito.
Yeah.
For real. What is this porno?
Read anything?
So if you are in the mood to spank off like a person who got away with double murder and
Oh my God!
worked with Leslie Nielsen.
Shut up. That's not.
Was it Norbert? Norbert's his character.
Norbert.
Norberg.
Berg, yeah.
It's
Berg.
hilarious. So funny. Just that slip up. It
Yeah.
was just that slip up, that one night where he just went absolutely nuts. And of course, all the other nights, he was a horrible piece of shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, on last episode, a patron, again, patreon.com/diebud, asked us to do an update on the Pasadena P Bandit.
Oh, yeah.
The strange thing is, there's no update. Nobody knows who this guy is still.
Really?
It's been 6 years of deposits, probably going on 7 now.
I thought we got the final word here.
No, this is Derek Milton and his pal Grant Yansura. They were trying to figure out who is the piss bandit. Again, for those that don't know, it's a person who fills bottles of soda, no longer full of soda, with piss. And then he leaves them all over Pasadena.
A variety of containers.
A variety of containers, maybe a coffee container.
They're all clear.
They're all clear, so you really know what's in there.
Is that a sketch of what they think he looks like?
No, that's him caught on camera.
That's him caught on camera, but yet
He's terrifying looking.
Oh,
Is that,
what did you think he was going to
does
look
he have
like?
a hat on? Is he made out of a video game? I can't tell what he.
That's like a ski mask or something.
Yeah, he kind of looks like your baby boy.
Big head.
Big old head. He's the piss bandit.
My son does piss a lot.
So, according to Yansura, he says stacks of them, 9, 10, 11 bottles, all different colors, all different shades, from like an amber hue to more of a healthy golden, lighter yellow. But
No yellow, that's not healthy.
But then he says,
That man is dehydrated.
but some are really dark and concerning. So I love that Yansura
is actually taking the time to examine the urine.
Right. It's like, whoever it is, he's got to go to the doctor.
He doesn't have much time left.
Please. So, no update.
What? That's so strange.
We don't know. I have no idea.
I like how the title is like 6 years of deposits.
Yes.
Like Pasadena's just a urine bank.
On a random electrical box in Pasadena.
Was that grapefruit colored?
It's everything.
Yeah, he's got a lot going on. There might be a little blood in that urine. But anyway, if we hear anything more, and if you're in Pasadena and you are the piss bandit, obviously you're going to listen. And we know you're successful, so give to the Patreon. Let us know what's going on.
Call in.
How does he make money off of this?
He's got a lot of money. You can tell he's free time. This is a trust fund guy.
Yeah.
This
definitely.
This is like, we're very disappointed in our son.
Yeah.
Why? He just fucking pisses in bottles all the time. Leaves them around random. Any box he can find. He
Well, did he go to school? Yeah, MIT.
MIT. Yeah, he was very smart. Yeah.
Doesn't do anything.
Yeah, if you are the piss bandit, please call in. We will veil your voice.
No.
We need to-
No, you're going to be exposed. If you call in, you're going to be exposed. I don't I'm not wasting my fucking time. Just who are you?
What are you doing? What do you want?
What do you want out of this?
Seems like a Terry. Seems like a guy he's like a Terry.
Terry?
Like a Terry. I could see it. Terry the Piss Bandit.
Damn it, Terry.
Damn it. All right. So no updates on that.
Okay.
Okay. Let's move on to a story that involves what I actually think to be a harmless crime, but apparently it's super illegal. So
What?
there's a nurse. She was
Said to everyone in prison ever.
How is this a crime?
Yeah,
What do
what?
you mean?
All I did was cut their heads off.
See, it wasn't really drinking and driving, officer. It was more like drinking and crashing into that family of 5.
It was drinking, then driving.
So, honor, technicality, honor. Sir, you're a moron. Well, yeah, I might be, but. So a nurse was arrested for twerking on the heads of disabled patients.
Wow.
And then posting the videos on social media. But as you can see in the footage,
What the hell?
so she's kind of cute with makeup on.
What are we looking at here?
Well, it's a nurse. They say she's a sick nurse. She works in Georgia.
Oh, my God.
And she was doing assisted living for people who you can't really move. Her name is Lucretia Cormassa Cohen from Loganville. And she was seen grinding on the head of a shirtless man who was sitting in a bathtub before she reaches into her pocket for a pill box and then pops one in her mouth. So I think she's kind of getting high off the nursing home supply.
Off the old oxygen.
Yes. And then she would post these videos, and a bunch of people are super upset. There was another person who was disabled who was sitting in the chair helplessly as she again twerked on his head.
Imagine just like scrolling through TikTok and just being like, did you just put your asshole on my grandpa's head?
They blur out the faces.
Yeah.
It greatly matters to me if these people are smiling or not.
I'm sure they don't even know what's going on.
Yeah.
No, I don't think
No, I would argue to say this one looks like the one to the left looks like his head is down,
Looks
which
like
is
Beetlejuice.
concerning. But the one to the right, they look like they're sitting upright, like they're very enthusiastic about what might be happening on their head.
She's a young gal, African American woman,
Yeah.
and can I be that guy?
Yeah.
I'm like fine with it.
Yeah,
But
imagine you in like in an old assisted living place.
Oh, it's not
and then
gonna
one
be-
of your nurses like want to do that. You're like, finally, someone who gets it.
As soon as the Twin Peaks restaurant chain goes into the nursing home business,
Right.
I'll be 90 right now.
Nice. Yeah.
Doesn't matter to me.
I think she gets off on it being non-consensual.
Oh, is that
Ew, no way.
non-consensual twerking? I suppose so. But again,
It's where the twerking is happening.
but it's on the head, right?
On a body, on a person's body,
Kind of like
who may or may not be there.
Right. That's a problem. And
Yeah.
you ever play the game Halo?
Yeah.
And you shoot someone and then you kill them and you twerk on their face?
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Yeah.
But apparently it's like a whole thing now.
And she got arrested.
She looks a little different without makeup.
She does.
She's a cutie pie.
She is.
She does look crazy. She does have a little bit of crazy eyes.
Yes. Well, when she's at work, she's got, the hair is looking good. She's got her makeup on.
Yeah. Even without makeup, she has a cute face, but she just has really crazy eyes.
Well, she's someone who twerks on disabled people and puts
Right.
it on social media.
Yeah.
So she's a little different. But this is according to Loganville Police Chief M.D. Lowry. They say, I was appalled and disgusted that anyone would create such a video featuring a disabled person. I think they're more upset with the disabled person than the twerking.
How'd you get yourself in this situation?
They say, as police officers, our highest duty is to protect those who cannot protect themselves. Really? And my detectives worked as swiftly as possible to bring charges in this incident. So it's kind of a fun day to be a detective. This isn't the case that's going to lead you to a divorce and a nasty whiskey habit.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like, so show me exactly what you did.
Right.
You'll never believe what I just saw. Oh my God.
It happened right here on my head, officer. You can still smell it.
Show me where the booty touched you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he just takes his finger, scrapes the guy's bald head, puts it on his tongue, and you're like, that is pussy. Yep. Oh my God. With cinnamon bun here? That's my gal, cinnamon bun. I'll smell that snooch anywhere. So cops reviewed one of the videos of the alleged abuse, and he was reviewing a second one, and then possible charges are going to come as well. So it seems like there was 2 separate incidents, but really that's it.
Who knows? Well, who knows?
Yeah.
That we know that she posted. How did she even start? How did she come to realize that this is what she likes doing? Like, what were the steps that led her here?
I mean,
to twerking on the head.
The algorithm.
It was.
I blame AI and the algorithm. I somehow blame Mark Zuckerberg.
It's social media for sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure it got clicks. If I saw it, I'd be like, wait, what?
She wouldn't have got caught if it didn't get clicks.
Right.
True.
People are calling in being like, look what's happening to my grandma right now.
I mean, I've heard of things going viral, but this seems to go a little venereal.
Hey.
Ew.
All right. So we'll see what happens there. Sticking to the world of criminality, this is a story I think all of us can agree with or understand. This involves a bologna sandwich and a PlayStation 5. And I'm also going to say this man is being over-sentenced and over-punished.
Oh.
That's what I believe.
Wow.
So an ex-con, he has now been...
Baloney battery.
Baloney battery.
That's my new term for vagina.
His name is Octavius.
Oh, you would. You
Right, my baloney battery.
You freaking nerd. Jesus Christ.
That's disgusting, Kyle.
I'll take snooch over baloney battery.
Yeah. I see. That's how you charge. So your dick is the baloney and the pussy's the battery.
Yeah. It's the giver of life. It's charging everything up.
Oh.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, see? It's the baloney battery.
He's not saying the vagina is baloney.
I thought he was saying the vagina was the baloney. The penis was the battery.
What? Well, no, I'm saying the vagina's both of them.
Okay,
Women,
so what is
huh?
the story about?
All right. Octavius Chandler, 29-year-old convicted felon, was arrested this past Sunday on confrontation with his stepfather over the accused man's use of PlayStation 5. So according to a criminal complaint, the victim told cops he removed the gaming system from Chandler's bedroom because he was being too loud. So the stepfather, who is, again, Chandler's 29, so the stepfather, obviously a bit older, I would assume, he was 62. He was like, you're playing games too loud. You're playing Call of Duty too loud. God knows what you're screaming when you play Madden. I understand that. My little brother is foul when he gets on that thing.
I think that's usually what happens. You guys get weird and primal. On those
I don't.
games.
I keep it. I mute.
You mute?
I mute myself.
That might be a little worse.
No, I don't want to
disturbing,
hear
right?
these people talk.
Oh, okay. You just want to play in your mind.
No, I play online against people that are real, but I don't need to hear them yelling at me.
Yeah, you don't need to partake in the shit talk.
I see.
So, while he was using the PS5, he was being way too loud. This is what the victim stated. The victim stated that the defendant became aggressive and then began to yell at him. And the victim said that while he was being yelled at, then Chandler threw a bologna sandwich at him, which ultimately hit him in the center of the chest.
Ooh.
And now he's being charged with assault. Which I think is like this bologna sandwich thrower who was being too loud playing PS5, and then he got the PS5 taken away from him, and then the guy who took the PS5 was taken away from him got a bologna thrown at his chest.
Oh. And then so the stepdad called the cops to press charges against this kid.
Chandler, who is on probation, is now. So that's also a part of it.
That's fucked up.
Right.
Damn, dude, my guy's on parole just trying to play video games inside his house. His stepdad pisses him off.
Well,
no weapons, just throws a baloney. Get out of here. Come on.
He slapped me with nitrate.
And he calls his PO over that shit.
Over the BO?
He was like, dude, Kevin McAllister has done worse.
I know. To be fair, it's probably the stepfather's house. But
that's what? Come on.
So
that guy doesn't even have a sense of humor.
The domestic incident usually would be considered a misdemeanor. But because the dude is already he has prior battery convictions.
Asshole.
Now it is a felony. Also, the prior battery convictions also involve video games.
And deli meats.
So what?
I don't know what that, they just.
What?
What
were these priors?
Chandler pleaded no contest to choking his sister during a dispute, in part that stemmed from him playing video games.
This guy just can't handle video
Okay.
games.
I
So
don't
there's a pattern, is what I'm noting. There's a pattern with him in video games.
Sister got slapped with some mortadella.
In 2022, Chandler was nabbed for a violent encounter during which he threatened a 60-year-old man with a knife and shoved his sister to the ground. Adjudged guilty aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and battery, Chandler told the cops he, quote, got upset at his video game, which led him to be arguing with the male victim.
Oh, wow.
Chandler needs to never play.
Yeah.
This is rare. This is very rare.
What's rare?
But I'm not blaming the video games.
There we go.
But video games did, he can't play video games.
Yeah.
Like, to mention Columbine again this week, they were like, it was Doom that did it. It's like, no, they were psychopaths.
Yeah.
Reading Mein Kampf and shit.
Yeah.
But this man, maybe he might be the one that video games are simply too good for.
We got to free my man Chandler. The only reason he had a knife is because he was cutting a goddamn bologna sandwich, okay?
Oh my God. Well, I mean,
This guy loves his bologna and he loves his video games.
but the one time he didn't have a knife or any piece of food around him, he just straight up choked his sister.
Yeah, You're not choking on the sandwich, you got to choke somebody out.
That's ridiculous. See,
It's a little ridiculous.
when you peel all the layers back, when you peel all the bologna,
Right.
It's not cutting the mustard.
yeah, I don't know, man.
I just
This
think
family is dramatic.
this guy is just, man, it's too bad that he can't enjoy the wonders of video games without being angry.
No more
Yeah.
PS5, no more delicatessen.
He's done.
That's it.
I always feel like he just took the innocence out of throwing a bologna sandwich at your stepdad.
Every child should be allowed to do that every
You should
morning.
be allowed to do that, and then have like a spunky stepdad look at you like, "Welp, that's the kid,
Yeah.
you rascal," and then walks away.
Yeah, you dirty rascal.
Yeah,
I can't believe you threw that bologna at me. Get over here.
yeah.
Time for some noogies.
If I was the stepfather, I would grab it and eat it right in front of him.
Yeah,
thanks
exactly.
for lunch.
Literally, anything like that.
Even though there's like carpet fibers in it.
Yeah, but
Still have to be the alpha.
You have to be alpha.
instead it immediately escalates to like, oh my God, sandwich first,
Yeah.
knife is the next. Got to call his parole officer again.
Yeah, you can't let your stepson see you spit it out at the end and like wipe your tongue off. Like,
Yeah.
So this Chandler guy, now he's got a new battery rap. And so he's going to be incarcerated for a while and just talk about the dumbest
And then,
fucking reason ever
and then
to be in
imagine
prison.
him being in prison, explaining why he's there.
And also in prison, the only thing you get served is bologna sandwiches. So everywhere he turns, he's just reminded of his
got a
crimes.
weapon.
You have no idea what I could do to you with this bologna sandwich.
I could slap you in the chest with it.
It's like, what the fuck is happening?
Just eat it.
Eat the sandwich, Octavius.
Fucking calm down.
Oh, man.
Anyway, so
This is great.
not that we needed to clarify, but that all took place in Florida.
Oh, God. Just living up to it.
I know, they can't help themselves.
I
That's
love
awesome.
It's great.
I
Oh,
love it.
it's so good.
Oh my God. All right, let's stick in the world of crime. This involves a gal. She's known as the Black Widow, which means she killed her husband
Oh.
20 years ago. And she's basically been on, I believe, death row or a life sentence. So, no, she is. I'm sorry. So she's in Oklahoma. She's on death row, but she's looking to get a lighter sentence because of the way the trial went down 20 years ago. Her name is Brenda Andrews. She's now 61. She's been incarcerated for 20 years. She murdered her then husband for $1 million insurance scam in 2001.
Wow. How did she kill him?
Now that
With a bologna sandwich to the chest.
with
Yeah.
a bologna sandwich to
With
the
a
chest.
fatal bologna sandwich to the chest.
Yeah.
So I believe that she shot him. So during her sentencing, her now attorney says, well, it wasn't fair because she was slut shamed. So we don't believe that she belongs on death row. She should get her sentence commuted to a life sentence. The prosecution team held up her thong to the jury to show the kind of underwear Brenda wore and called her, quote, a slut puppy.
Why did they do that?
They held up her thong and they were like, that chick is a slut puppy. and then the jurors were like, oh, slut puppy?
That would have been like nice.
This makes me think of a slush puppy.
Oh, that'd be good. The evidence also included a witness's opinion that Brenda wore, quote, sexy and provocative outfits that showed, quote, a lot of cleavage. So she is now arguing that the way the prosecution presented this evidence was unconstitutional and should never have been admissible in court in the first place. And because this is 2001, Oklahoma, you know there's some old biddies in that jury who are just like, put her to death. She's going to try to fuck my husband, Lloyd.
Slut needs
Dirty
to go.
whore.
That's where the whores come in.
Dirty whore.
Stay away from Harold.
Exactly. Harold is drooling in the back.
Well, that's messed up. Yeah.
Lifts his job.
Yeah. The jury also heard details about the places and times she had flirted with other men
Wow.
in testimony because she had a bunch of affairs because I don't think she really loved the guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because she like killed him for $1 million.
Yeah.
Which, including some that ended 17 years before the crime. Which is not so. This.
Oh, so they were
It was like 1987, and the guy came forward and be like, "Yeah, she touched my winky in the bathroom over at Hoo-Ha's."
Yeah.
So I agree. Like she probably shouldn't have killed this guy. Obviously, that's good.
Yeah.
You do need to face some charges for that.
Yeah.
But this is not the issue.
It's not the issue at hand.
It's not.
They're kind of they're looking at her like, come on, dude. Dude killers get to kill all the time, and they don't talk about what's man sluts they've been in the past. It's like, just stick to the crime I did, okay? My eyes are up here, and the weapon is right there. That's what I used to kill the husband.
Yep.
Doesn't matter who I fucked in the 7th grade.
Exactly.
In the 7th grade.
I've been trying to get ball cleavage pants for men.
Please no.
Yeah, no one seems to want that idea, but
No.
I've always said that. My eyes are up here, my balls are down there.
Wow.
Nut cleavage you're vouching for?
It's funny. There is a pair of boxer briefs that are offered that like come with like a little fabric shelf on the inside,
That's on the inside.
to hold them up, to hug them so they don't hang, so that you don't have the stress of ball anxiety. I don't know.
I don't.
No idea.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think it's kind of a. Have you ever had that problem with the balls?
Ball anxiety?
Ball. I've never.
I have so much ball anxiety. I don't like knowing that they exist.
I don't need to know that. Well, they do. I don't need my balls to be like a baby kangaroo in my underwear.
No. Yeah,
I
no.
don't need it in a pouch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need to.
I think it's like a lot.
But how do you think cleavage would happen?
Well, you would have to cut out. I'm talking about the crotch. It's going to be basically crotchless pants with just a small bit of ball showing.
Yeah.
Ball cleavage, not the full nut.
Well, yeah, but it's a hole that's cut in the bottom of the pants.
Could be. I haven't really thought through it. I don't.
Just want to understand the physics.
Got an extender from the taint to push them out.
Where
Sure, you want to push them up. You want to push them up.
You want to push them out.
Push them out,
Push them out would make some cleavage. It's just write in the comments what you think would be the best way to show off a nice bit of ball cleavage.
Y'all want some ball cleave?
Brenda's attorney says that she was a Sunday school teacher.
Wow.
With no prior criminal record, and that she was sex shamed so the jury would give her the harshest possible sentence.
Yeah.
The Supreme Court last week voted 7-2 in favor of Brenda's appeal and ordered a lower court to reconsider her conviction.
I mean, these Sunday school teachers, man,
They're always the best.
they like to get down.
Oh, that's why they have to. That's why they have to go repent all Sunday.
They're gonna pray it away, pray all the slut off.
I mean, my Lord.
Well,
Well,
burst into flames.
this is one thing that Jesus erotica. I swear to God, women, very evangelical women, they got Jesus statues everywhere. He ain't fat, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, no.
He's obviously got a
those
package too.
Yeah.
Like Jesus is very, very hot.
Those little V lines are constantly showing.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he parts the legs instead of the Red Sea.
Yeah.
So a Supreme Court statement read, the prosecution elicited testimony about Andrew's sexual partners reaching back 2 decades about the outfit she wore to dinner or during grocery runs.
Love that outfit.
Sorry, she's dressed like Pee Wee Herman in this one.
No, she's dressed like a distinguished.
Well, she's in court for murdering her husband.
Well, yeah, you got to settle it down at that point.
Yeah. She says they also talked about her underwear that she packed for vacations.
So weird.
And about how she often had sex in the car. Yeah, if I'm the prosecutor, why does this matter at all? Where's the what's about the murder?
Why does my car smell like ass?
Well, it might not actually. These gals, they're always pampering down there.
Yeah.
I can.
How did she kill him?
Oh, okay. Let's see. She was sentenced to death alongside her lover and accomplice, James Pavat.
Ooh.
He was also a Sunday school teacher. But he was there. They murdered her husband, Rob Andrew.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That guy looks like Daniel Craig if everything went wrong.
He looks like the grandfather from The Visit.
So, my God.
M. Night
he is
Shyamalan.
So freaking scary. I love that movie. So basically, when the victim returned to the family home to pick up his son and daughter for Thanksgiving on November 20th, 2001, Brenda told him a pilot light was on in the furnace, okay? He was then shot twice, first by James, then by Brenda, with his own 16-gauge shotgun.
Damn.
Oh, that sucks.
Dude, how do you do that? That's so fucking brutal.
Look at his smile, too. He's like, oh, my God, I got a hot wife. She does everything.
He's
Everyone's like, yeah, Greg told us.
Yeah, he looks, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks just kind of like a nerdy dude who's just happy to have anyone touch it.
Yeah.
Oh.
He looks like a corrupt CEO also. But. So he claims after selling Rob a life insurance policy worth $800,000, he murdered him with the help of another friend. So it was $800,000, and they're so stupid. These people are so freaking dumb. So in court filings, the state found that court filings state that Brenda's inappropriate shaming during the trial saw her called, again, a slut puppy by prosecutors and had her, quote, plainly irrelevant sexual history. Again, I feel like the murder is really the problem here, and I don't even know why they were like, and she's a slut.
Seriously?
But like you could have just stuck with like she blew her husband's brains out. And if I was a juror, I'd be like, that's not legal.
Right.
But technically being a slut is legal, and I think I tip my hat to you.
Yeah. It's empowering in this day and age.
Fair play.
Indeed. So we'll see.
We shouldn't pay attention to her. I mean, at the very most, they could be like, well, because she was having an affair and she clearly hated her husband, all of this was motive to kill him.
Exactly. Brenda is also said to have packed the thong to travel with Pravitt, the man that murdered her husband with her, to Mexico days after the murder, where they lived for 3 months.
Nice.
Until they ran out of money.
They ran out of the $800,000?
I guess so. They probably never got it because I think insurance would be like, it doesn't seem like natural causes.
Yeah.
But then
like
what
he's
about
missing his torso?
So I guess her 2 kids were just like, I guess
I guess we're just fending for ourselves now.
Mom's in Mexico.
Yeah.
Being a slut puppy.
I guess
A slut puppy.
So Brenda's attorney, Jessica Sutton, says, stop this injustice. That's what she says. She added, wielding these gendered tropes to justify a conviction and punishment of death is intolerable and poses a threat to everyone who does not follow the rigid gender norms.
Right.
So they're kind of going the gender route.
Yeah, but she literally still killed him.
So I don't know if she needs to get out of prison per se. But,
Yeah.
I'm against the death penalty anyway because a life sentence is a death sentence.
Yeah.
And if I was in prison, I'd be like, kill me today? Can you die? Can I die today, today?
Please. And they're like, no, you have to stay here.
Yeah, I'd be like, lawyers, can you stop with the appeal process, please?
Yep.
Can we just get this on? I'm done.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of done, that's the show for this week. Another absolute landed it right on the tarmac.
Well, thankfully something did.
Perfect. Thank you all so much for supporting.
That's it.
That's it for the week. Thank you all so much for supporting. If you want to be a patron, if you want to be a patron, go to patreon.com/dieba. $10 a month. You can watch every episode live. Anyone in the comments section? You want to read any comments?
Yeah, there's a lot of comments here today. Zoe's saying, moose knuckle pants, Jesus Christ.
There we go, the moose knuckle pants. That's what I'm talking about.
She was asking what underwear does James wear? Did we learn that in the trial? Which clearly he wasn't wearing, or maybe he was wearing moose knuckle pants. We don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
And Zoe also said regarding the OJ Simpson porn, she said someone should buy it before Zach Bagans buys them for his haunted museum.
That is an absolute
Wow, that's so true.
I know, Zach Bagans, the ambulance chaser.
Yeah, the one
Ghost
that
hunters.
Yeah, he's the hearse chaser.
Whatever. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. Hail yourselves. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.